Sports presents the 101st renewal of the biggest rivalry in Pennsylvania, Radnor Lower Merion. Right here today, I'm Bob Friedman, along with me, JP Smink. JP, big game as Lower Merion will kick off, Radnor will receive.
This is always a big game, Bob, regardless of the records.
That's taken out of to about the 25-yard line. Carrying it out was Justin Henry for Radnor, and we're underway. Always pageantry here. A big one last year with 100th. This is the beginning of the second 100 years, JP.
That's right, and I think this game was open for either team here. Radnor has one victory, none in the Central League. Lower Merion has 3 victories, 1 in the Central League, that being over Marple Newtown. So I think these two teams are pretty evenly matched.
Pete Brigg will be the quarterback for the Raiders as they come out over the ball for the first possession of the game. Backs are in the eye. Bobby Young at one running back. And the handoff goes and going for a bit of yardage of about 4, 5, 6, 7 yards on the carry. I believe that was Bobby Young.
Yeah, Bobby's a real good runner, Bob. He keeps those legs churning, and that's the main thing. He's tough to bring down.
You got runners like that, you have to tackle low because you got to stop the legs. You tackle them high, they're just going to carry you for a few yards. 5-yard gain on the carry, just underway, no score. 2nd and 5. The Raiders come out over the ball again. The up back today is number 33, Josh Tetrick. Brigg straightens something out. He's ready to go. Backs in the eye. Handoff goes to Tetrick, and he'll be close to the first down as he gets it out over the 35 to about the 39-yard, excuse me, 33 to 35-yard line. A little hard to read the field markers today. We have a gray day and a little tough to read it from this angle.
Yeah, I didn't walk down on the field before the game, but it looks like it's in fairly good condition. There's some standing water in some places, so it's probably soft footing.
Especially around the middle of the field right now. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Brigg with a long count. The deep handoff goes to Young, and he's not going to make it. Good defense by the Lower Merion team, led by number 34 on defense, Brian O'Malley, brings down Young for a loss. Have a punting situation coming up.
Lower Merion had real good pursuit on that play, broke through the line and stopped them for a loss.
Back to punt for the Raiders, Corey McMenamin. Single safety for Lower Merion. The Aces held on the first defensive thrust. Oh, a high snap. McMenamin left foots it away. Low line drive. Going to let it bounce at about the 35 down to about the 32-yard line, and they will let it roll there as Deshaun Goddard made the decision, and a good one it was, to let the ball die at around the 29-yard line, and it is there that the Aces will take it first down.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get much roll on a punt today with that soft field.
Yeah, you're not, and the wind could be a factor. It had been blowing significantly earlier in the day. It's died down a little now, but we do have a mist falling right now. Well, I'll tell you, it looks like November out here.
I'll tell you, a mist I can stand. A downpour, we're in trouble.
And the Aces come out over the ball. Now they have a full house backfield right now. It's a power eye. And the handoff goes, and carrying it for 2, maybe 3 yards at most, Deshaun Goddard.
He got that 2 yards all on his own, too. He was carrying a couple Radnor defenders there.
Yeah, not much room there to run. He'll get 2 yards, making 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Quarterback for Lower Merion today, I believe that's Wesley Vance. Vance in a quarterback. Normally wears number 1, wearing number 8 today. Power eye again, 2nd down 8. Vance hands the ball up to one of his up backs and taking it out to about the 35-yard line was Brian O'Malley. See what kind of size we got here, JP.
That was the same type of run as the first one. He got about 3 yards, but he did it all on his own. They didn't kick the Radnor line back. They just moved, the runner took 2 defenders with him.
Well, he got a good thrust there, and he pushed his way through. He'll make it 3rd down and 5 yards to go. The ball at the 35-yard line. 8:40 to go in the first quarter. No score in this 101st revival between the Aces and the Raiders. Oh, ball's on the ground. Let's see who's got it. Falling back on it is Lower Murray and falls on the ball, but again, the wet ball is going to create some problems.
I'll tell you, Bob, I was watching that with the field glasses, and a Radnor player had a shot at it, but missed it.
Something becomes like a greased pig almost, really. When you're trying to get that ball, it's all over the place. So neither team able to move the ball in their first possession. Going back to punt will be Brian Petrillo for the Aces. Single back safety is Bobby Young. And there is a bit of a wind, and what wind there is will help the Aces right now in this quarter. Good snap. Gets the punt away kind of end over end. Short. Oh, and it hits a Radnor player. Hits a Radnor player, and Lower Merion will fall on the ball. So the Aces will take over as a short punt will get them the ball at the Radnor 46-yard line. That's just bad luck, JP.
That was, and it was such a short kick that the defender wasn't back far enough. He was going back to block for the runner, and the ball didn't get back to the runner at all.
So Lower Merion maintains possession. Not a long punt, fortunately for Radnor, or unfortunately actually, because it wouldn't have hit them then. And again, now we have a backs in the eye. Long count, deep handoff goes, and not much yardage there. Carrying the ball was Deshaun Goddard, but a good defensive play by Paul Esposito. We've heard his name a lot early in this game. So Esposito makes the tackle. It'll be a gain of one, maybe one, about a half a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Ball still down at around the 45-yard line of Radnor's. Lower Merion trying to take advantage of an inadvertent touch by a Radnor player on a punt, getting a break on the possession. So far, the Radnor defense has proven to be tough. We have the Radnor band right in front of us. They're entertaining the crowd. Wesley Vance over the ball. Backs are split. And the handoff will go to Goddard. Goddard will pile forward for about 3. He'll get it up down to about the 40-yard line. Make it a 3rd and about 6.
Yeah, you should be calling Josh Tetrick and Steve Elliott on some tackles here. They're kind of the tough tacklers of this team. Josh last week made some bone-crushing tackles.
So far, they've looked strong on defense. Haven't seen anything in the air yet. We'll see if either team has a passing package today.
With that slippery ball, a lot of things could happen on a pass play.
You got that right. Backs are split. 3rd down and about 6. Vance. Handoff goes to Goddard. Had a little hole, and then he didn't. He'll be shy of the 1st down by about 2 yards.
I think he had trouble with planting one of his feet there, and kind of slipped, and by that time then the Radnor had picked him up.
You can see where the grass is away there, and that's where the trouble's going to be. It's soft there. It's going to get softer as the day gets along, as the mist continues to fall and they tear it up. So it'll be 4th and 2, and obviously Lower Merion is going to go for the 1st down here.
I see some standing water there in the Radnor backfield there.
We had a little bit of heavy rain overnight. Now the backs are split. And we're going to have a fly. We have too much time, I think. That's it, delay a game, so it'll be 4th down and 6, or 7 instead of 4th and 5. And I'll tell you, that's a tough thing to happen to Lower Merion, because, again, they're 2 yards shy of the 1st, and now they may think about punting the ball, and they are going to punt the ball.
Looks like they are,
away.
yeah. That was a big penalty there. Well, let's see if Radnor can capitalize on that mistake by Lower Merion.
Again, Brian Petrillo in to punt the ball away. His first one wasn't such a long punt, but it got a big break, as we said, an inadvertent touch by the Radnor player. This one's a low kick. It'll bounce right to the receiver at about the 5-yard line. Tries to get outside. He's got it turned. He needs a block here. Gets the block. He gets outside and all the way in. I think we're going to add a few to this unless they say it was an inadvertent touch. Looked like he got tackled out of bounds, but a great run by Bobby Young. A very returnable ball, JP.
Yeah, he's not getting any hang time on that punt, and therefore the defenders are not down there. And Bobby had some time to get going and get some speed, and he made the turn.
Needed one more to go all the way.
Yeah, he needed one more block on the side.
One more and he's gone. But as it is, a good return up to about the 35-yard line. And it is there that the Raiders will take over. Brigg brings the team over the ball. And again, Young in the backfield, man in motion. It's a pitch to Young going to the right side behind some good blocking. He's got 2, he's got 3, maybe 3 yards. Looked like he might have gotten more out of it had he turned it up just a touch sooner, but that soft field makes it tough to cut.
Exactly right. You know, Bobby's a fast runner. He's a good defender, and there's quite a few colleges taking a look at Bobby, so he's going to end up playing somewhere.
I think it's second down, we'll call it 6. Looks like he got about 4 with a carry. Neither team able to get a first down as yet in this game. It's been all defense. 4:20 to go in the first quarter. No score in this 101st revival of the Aces and the Raiders. 2nd and 6. Handoff underneath and carrying the ball for a little bit of yardage. See who that was on the carry. Might have been Tetrick. No, it's number 36. That's Corey McMenamin's in the game now. And he'll get a yard. We'll call it 3rd down and 5. And as you say, it's a tough passing down because the ball is so wet.
It looks like both teams are playing rather conservative here and just hoping to make a move in some way.
Backs are in the eye. Back to pass, throwing the ball, looking for a man. Oh, it's intercepted. This could go all the way. Goddard intercepted the ball. He's going to go in for the score. Lower Merion on an interception by Deshaun. Goddard stepped in front of the receiver. He'll take it back 40 yards for a touchdown. And Lower Merion on a great defensive play draws first blood.
Just as we were talking about both teams playing conservative, Radnor put it in the air and it cost them.
So with 3:20 to go in the first quarter, Goddard intercepts the ball, and they'll go 40 yards for the touchdown. And Lower Merion will attempt the extra point. Let's see who, it will be Nick McCreary who will attempt it out of Petrillo's hold. Snap is a little low. The placement is good. Real nice job by Petrillo. And the kick is through. So, with 3:20 to go in the first quarter, Lower Merion is drawing first blood. They lead 7-0. Now, as we have a moment here, why don't we take it back to the studio? We'll take a quick break before the kickoff, and we will be right back.
Not when you're the one who's suffering. That's why Red Cross is here. With 9,000 local volunteers and 15 neighborhood locations, the Red Cross really is neighbor helping neighbor. The Red Cross isn't funded by the government. Its support comes from people like you and me. From first aid to AIDS education, keeping kids healthy to keeping people alive. The Red Cross is here in the Delaware Valley, helping people respond to life's emergencies every day.
If you've had a sexually transmitted disease, like gonorrhea, herpes, or syphilis, listen. What you were doing that exposed you to that disease could also expose you to the AIDS virus. You're living proof that a sexually transmitted disease can happen. Please don't prove it again.
Find out more about HIV, the virus that causes.
And we are back. Lower Merion kicking off nice. High kick. It'll bounce and be picked up by Young at about his 5-yard line. Breaks it up the middle. Has a nice return. Almost broke it as he got up to about the 39-yard line. Nice return by Bobby Young.
Yeah, he was like a deacon back and forth there and working his way through the defenders.
So Young will take it to the 39-yard line. Radnor again will try to move the ball. They now trail 7-0 after Deshaun Goddard's interception and run back of a Pete Brigg pass. I was going to say Lower Merion wearing the white jerseys. They're temporarily white because they will be mud by the end of this game. Brigg in the quarterback. Setback is Young. On first down, deep handoff to Young. Cuts inside. He'll get a couple. And that was a lot of work on his own trying to find the hole, but there didn't seem to be any there initially. Young did a nice job to pick a spot.
Bob, I think right now we ought to say later on in the game we may not be able to tell the players too well because I don't know if we're going to be able to read the numbers.
That's the truth. That's the truth. Although again, you know, not to or knocking wood, if you will, the weather could be a lot worse, especially with the weather that was predicted for this weekend. We weren't sure we were going to play this game today.
Exactly right.
Second down, about 8 yards to go after the 2-yard carry by Young. Now backs are in the eye. Man in motion. Brigg will put a handoff to Young. He's got some room on the left side. Needs one block. He's got it, but it's just enough to push him out. And let's see, we have a flag down. Let's see if we have a clip on the play. Might have been a clip. Young got some nice yardage. Almost got the corner turned. But in trying to block out Ken Durrell, there may have been a clip involved, and it's going to bring it back. Oh, it's a hold.
Holding call against Radnor.
It could have gone either way. I'll tell you what, JP, it could have been a hold or a clip.
I didn't see that, but Bobby was coming along. He was heading towards the sideline, and he tried to make a cut, and then he went out of bounds, both from his own momentum, and then a Lower Merion player touched him then too. But cutting is going to be tough here today.
It's tough to get to the corner. It really is, because you got. And then if you find a spot, it's tough to cut inside. And Young's just having a problem there. So the penalty will take it back inside the 35-yard line to about the. Inside the 35 to about the 34. It'll make it second down and about 16.
Well, I think the Radnor players should feel pretty good here. They are moving the ball at times. They just can't get it, consecutive plays to get that first down.
It looks like they're about a half yard away in a couple plays from really breaking some runs. Now backs are in the eye. McMenamin and Young, the setbacks behind Brigg. Man in motion. And the deep handoff goes to Young behind some blocking. He breaks it to the outside. And again, a nice open field tackle. Otherwise, Young's got a big gainer. Nice tackle on the play by the Lower Merion player. And it'll make it a third down and about 11.
Yeah, if he can jump over that guy that's laying on the ground, he was going to get some more yards, but the guy tripped him up.
So about third and a long 10. Another passing situation, potentially. The other problem I see, JP, is the pulling guards and tackles are having a tough time getting at the footing. You see Young, and he's right on his tackle's back. And you don't want that when you're trying to go behind a pulling guard. Single step back. Now back to pass goes Brigg. Throws. He's got a man open if he can get to him. Oh, not quite. As open deep was Nick Alicio. But Brigg just put a little too much air under the ball. Well thrown ball. Alicio just couldn't quite get to it.
Yeah, he had good protection that time. He got the ball. He got rid of the ball just at the time he should have, and just was about a yard too long.
McMenamin will punt the ball. And single safety is Deshaun Goddard. He has been the scorer in this game. Punt away, left footed. Not a bad punt. Bounces about the 30. Will come to Goddard to let it roll inside the 20. Great punt. Actually, might have gone a little further there and decided to down it.
Man, he got more roll than I thought it would on this soft field.
It was a good spinner. He got a little bit of a semi-spiral, took a great Radnor bounce, and at the 16-yard line, Lower Merion will take over with 47 seconds to go in a quickly played first quarter.
Neither punter's getting too much hang time on those punts there. They keep doing that, someone's going to catch one and make some yardage off the return.
Or someone's going to put a rush in there and try and block that punt, too. With a low trajectory, it's not a difficult punt to block. Backs in the eye. Lower Merion. Man in motion. Vance hands the ball off to Goddard. Goddard cuts it inside. He's got 3, he's got 4, he's got 5 yards. Tough run, JP.
All on his own. He was hit right at the line of scrimmage, but carried players with him for about 4 yards, it looks like.
This may be the last play of the first quarter coming up as we're inside 30 seconds to go. Second down, 5 yards to go. The ball out at the 21-yard line. And they'll come out over the ball. Wide set to the right side is Brian Petrillo. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Goddard. He'll get maybe a yard, and that will wrap up the first quarter. A quarter that has been mostly defense. Lower Merion with a Goddard interception, 40 yards, is the only score for Lower Merion. So, at the end of the first quarter, score Lower Merion 7.
Daycare workers are very special people. They've taken a Red Cross training program which teaches people how to respond to first aid emergencies to the children in their care. It's an important program that our volunteers offer here in the Delaware Valley, and it's all for the health and safety and development of our children. Should a life-threatening emergency ever occur in a daycare center where one of these trained people work, they'll know how to respond. Red Cross is here in the Delaware Valley, helping people respond to life's emergencies every day.
And we are back. The quarter coming to an end. The players moving downfield. Channel 16 Sports proud to bring you the Radnor Lower Merion Extravaganza, the 101st edition. I'm Bob Friedman, along with me, J.P. Smink. On a gray, misty November day, Lower Merion with a one score of the game, a 40-yard interception by Deshaun Goddard of a Pete Brigg pass. And it is the Aces who have the ball. It'll be third down and about 5 at the 21-yard line.
Well, we've got a nice crowd here today, Bob, and not as big as last year. I think they said there were about 8,000 at Lower Merion last year for the 100th game.
It was no question, a big crowd last year in the 100th revival. Now Vance on 3rd and 5. He'll take the ball himself, carry it. He's going to get the first down, maybe. I think he got the sticks. It's going to depend on the spot.
Yeah, Josh Tetrick blitzed, but he was on the wrong side, so the blitz was not effective.
Now, if this is a first down, it'll be the first down of the game for either team. But they're saying it's short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down, and Lower Merion will have to punt. So he did not make the sticks. Looked like he might, but he was forced out. Good defensive play by the Raiders.
First down, it'll bring up a first down. Less than a yard to go for the first.
Now, if I'm Bobby Young, I move up a little bit because the punts so far have been short. And we'll have a timeout called right now. While they take the timeout, why don't we take a quick timeout, and we will be right back. Don't go away.
When you can't breathe, nothing else matters. So the American Lung Association fights lung disease by helping kids and their parents control asthma. Call 1-800-LUNG-USA to help, so these kids can spend more of their energy on just being kids.
We are back on Channel 16, Radnor football. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink. Second quarter action, 11:52 to go in the quarter. And Lower Merion had a little problem, JP. It looks like they only had 9 guys on the field.
Yeah, that's why they had to call a timeout. That would have been a good chance for us to block one there, but they caught it and corrected it, but they did use up one of their timeouts.
Well, this is interesting. They're going to go for it on 4th down. This is a big play for Radnor. 4th and short, deep in Lower Merion territory. Now they're going to call it on the timeout. They decided they're going to try and draw them up.
Yeah, that's they're trying to draw Radnor offsides there.
Let's keep this one right here and talk about that. I'm going to they called the one timeout because they didn't have enough men. Then they decide we're going to run the ball, and this could come back to shoot them in the foot late in the first half if they need that timeout.
Exactly right. But it's good strategy. But Radnor was wise to it, and they weren't even going to move. So
that's good coaching. Good, solid coaching.
Exactly right.
So on 4th down, now they have the punting team back in, and Lower Merion had to burn off 2 straight timeouts.
I think both coaches are going to try some tricky stuff here today. Anything to try and win this game and catch the other team off guard.
I don't see anybody deep. Oh, no. Yeah, they have the punting team in there, but nobody's back deep for Radnor.
Well,
maybe they're not buying the punt. They're going to come after them. Oh, a high snap. Now I'll get it away. and a low kick, and it'll just roll because there's no safety back there, and it'll die at about the 40-yard line of Radnor.
That's good field position for Radnor there, though.
Again, there was no deep back there, so it was almost a free kick at that point for Lower Merion, but not a long kick. And once again, the Raiders have real good field position.
Well, during that timeout, Radnor's coach Ralph Rapino went in there, was talking to the team, and set that defense up. He didn't want Lower Merion to make a first down either off a fake kick or what have you. I think it was a good play.
It was good. I'd throw the ball here just to change it up. They run the ball on first down every play, but they have the run look in, backs in the eye. The handoff goes, or the pitch goes, going outside, breaks one tackle, he got about 3 or 4 yards. Tough run for Bobby Young. As I tell you, the pitch, it was a slow developing play. He had to avoid a man in the backfield, did a nice job.
Yeah, he just outran the defenders. He needed one more block on the side there. He didn't get it, but he got around a couple men on his own.
And as fast as the first quarter moved, this one's moved slowly. We've only gone 18 seconds into this quarter, unless the scoreboard has a problem. Seems like it's been a lot longer than that. Clock stopped with 11:32 to go in the second quarter. Back in the eye. Handoff goes to Young behind some good blocking and a great tackle by Goddard. Keeps him from getting a lot of yardage. Goddard really did a nice job on that play.
He came from the side and slashing over there and got him. But I don't think Bobby saw him coming at all.
No, I think he was looking at the stick, saw that he had a real nice game. He did. He's third and very short of the first down. 3rd and 2. And again, neither team, even though it's 7-0, neither team has recorded a first down in this game yet. Once again, Lower Merion's touchdown coming on a defensive play. So a 3rd down, about 2 yards to go. We see Mr. Young carry the ball one more time. Brigg brings the team out over the ball. Backs are in the eye. Up back is McManaman. And it's Brigg on his own, and he's not going to get it. Well, I'll tell you, they just hammered in and pushed on him. So it'll be 4th down. And here you might consider, well, they're going to punt the ball away. You might consider.
I would consider going for that field position.
So would I. But McManaman,
it's about, what, 2.5, 3 yards. Well,
that might be a little tough, but you're right at midfield, and you've been holding them defensively. And they do. They go short, and they'll pass the ball for the first down. It'll be wide, and Lower Merion will take it over. You got to hand it to them. They did take the try. But it works. It doesn't work out for them. And even with that, field position is not that spectacular. You're not giving the ball up deep in your own territory. And as we say, Radnor's had the answers on defense so far. So the ball will go over on downs. Lower Merion, the white-clad Lower Merion Aces will take over. They lead 7-0. And they'll have the ball on the Radnor 47-yard line. Vance brings him out over the ball. Goddard in the backfield. It's an I formation behind Vance. And on first down, the pitch goes to Deshaun Goddard. He's got the corner if he wants it. He turns it in a nice play coming up off of the tackle from his safety spot by, I believe that was Amir Bynum, came up there and they made the first hit.
Yeah, Radnor was a little slow in coming over to the to the right side and covering that.
But that, folks, is the first down of the game as he gains 13 yards on the carry, and that was well devised. He had the corner, and they had it cleared out for him. He got as much as he could get, and it's first down for Lower Merion at the 34-yard line. Again, the backs in the eye, wing to the right. Brigg, or excuse me, not Brigg. Ball's on the ground, and Radnor's got it. Vance and Goddard had a little problem with the handoff. The ball is recovered by Radnor, and they will take over. And I believe that's McManaman with the recovery. You knew there were going to be some turnovers, JP.
Well, yeah, but you got to capitalize on them too. So let's see what happens here.
Well, there's capitalizing, there's dodging a bullet. As Lower Merion had moved the ball down inside the 40-yard line. The bad exchange, and now they've got to move the ball themselves. Backs in the eye behind quarterback Pete Brigg. McManaman the up back. Young the deep back. On a delay, it's Young. He's got some room. He's got 5. He's got 7. He's got 8 yards, and he's close to the first down. Tough run for Bobby
What
Young.
did I tell you about those legs churning, Bob?
You can't tackle him high.
There's no doubt he's going to play somewhere in college.
Definitely a prospect, as he made, and he did what the coaches love. You get in, you get a hit, you spin. He spun out, he almost got away. He's 2 yards shy of the first down, making second down 2. Again, backs are in the eye. McManam in the up back. Pitch goes to Young. He's got a block. He's got the first down. Cuts it up over the 40 to about the 44-yard line. And Radnor will get their first down of the game.
Well, now we're starting to get some action, Bob. And that was a well-conceived play there. Bobby had that first down on a good block that took the end out. He made the turn.
Well, it's kind of like a wrestling match. You know, the wrestlers feel each other out for a period, and then they start to make their moves. Radnor knows, I think, what they can do against Lower Merion now. They've been able to get Young around the corners, and that's what they want to do. On the other side, Lower Merion feels that they can get to Sean Goddard in the same kind of a situation. 1st and 10, the ball at the 43-yard line. It is a handoff. It is to Young. He'll get a tough 2 yards. And I mean a tough 2 or 3 yards before he is blasted by the Lower Merion defense.
Small makes the stop.
He's going to be tired by the second half, I'll tell you.
I'll
Bobby
tell you what,
keeps carrying that ball as many times as he has.
He'll sleep well tonight. He is their go-to guy. So gain of the long 3, call it second down and 7. Ball moved up to about the 46-yard line. And again, the backs are in the eye. Petrillo, the up back this time. Back to pass goes Brigg. He rolls. He's got a man if he wants. He's got him there. Well thrown ball completed, number 82, Keith McMenamin.
Yeah, that's Corey's brother. Keith couldn't make the cut there. Did you see that? He tried to.
He sort of rounded it off.
Right.
He was wide open, and a well thrown ball by Brigg. Really nicely thrown. Gets the first down inside Lower Merion territory at about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, the sideline came a little too quick, or he could have got a lot more yardage out of that play.
Now, flood formation left, backs are in the eye behind Brigg. Handoff, Young had a little trouble with his footing, but he doesn't now. He's got 5, he's got 6. If he can stay on his feet, he could go. Oh, and he's just tripped up.
Oh,
what a great run.
Oh, beautiful.
What a great run down to about the 8-yard line by Bobby Young.
Hey, he lost his balance, regained it, jumped the player. That was a great run there.
He was going down 2 or 3 times, and it's one thing to have power, another to have balance. What balance Bobby Young showed. It'll be first down and goal at the 9-yard line for the Raiders. They trail 7-0, but they're oh so close now. Brigg brings him out over the ball. McMenamin in the up back, Young the tailback. Pitch goes to Young. Oh, and he's killed in the backfield. Deshaun Goddard's got him, I believe. I think that was Deshaun Goddard on the tackle. Big defensive play there.
Hey, he broke right through the line and was waiting for him.
It wasn't Goddard, as a matter of fact. It looked like it might have been Philip Scott, as a matter of fact. Either way, it was a tremendous defensive play, and it will take him back to almost the 15-yard line. And that's a case of, I guess, going to the well just once too often. They tried that play. They have a run blitz on, and they caught Young in the backfield, so make it second down and goal from the 15. Petrillo the up back, Young the tailback. Now he goes in motion, and now Brigg doesn't like what he sees, and he smartly calls timeout. Why don't we take a break right now? We'll take a timeout while they talk about it. We'll be right back.
Honey, gather up the dependents. I'm starved.
The what?
The 2 dependents we claimed. Be a good spouse and bring them to the table.
Have you finished the taxes yet?
Of course, my lovely 223 dash.
Honey, my social security number starts with 233. Uh-oh. You haven't mailed the taxes yet, have you?
Please double-check each name and Social Security number on your U.S. income tax form. Include the correct first name, middle initial, and last name of all dependents, along with their correct Social Security numbers, because just one wrong name or number could delay your tax refund.
I was too busy acting like a big shot. I didn't double-check.
Oh, sweetheart. Last night when you were out bowling, I made the corrections.
You did? Oh, honey, I'm nuts about you.
And we are back at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania. Timeout called. Now they second and goal from the 15. Handoff. No, yeah, it is a handoff underneath. And carrying the ball is Petrillo. He won't get much as they blast him back. Temperature's starting to get just a little bit short out there.
I was confused on who had the ball, but Lower Marion's defense wasn't. They handled him pretty good.
Yeah, Petrillo took it, and Bragg made the pass look, but they weren't fooled. So it'll be third and goal still at about the 13-yard line now.
Radnor's right in the wettest part of the field there, Bob. The footing is really bad.
So the back's in the eye behind Brigg. Back to pass Brigg. Looks, he lost it for the end zone. For McMenamin. See, Abby's got it! Touchdown! Oh, what a great play! What a great play! Keith McMenamin thrown it short intentionally. McMenamin comes back, gets the ball, and it's 6 for Radnor.
That was a poor play by the Lower Marion defense there. The defender was not watching the ball. And Keith McMenamin stopped and caught it.
Well, what happened was it's intentionally thrown short. The receiver knows that the defender figures he's going to the end zone, doesn't get it. Now a big extra point attempt to tie this game. Low snap, but a good hold. The kick looks good, and it is good. Nice job there. Kick is put through, and it is tied at 7.
Well, let's hope that gives Radnor some momentum here to continue on in this game.
So with 5:50 to go in the first half, we are tied at 7. While the teams talk it over, let's take a break ourselves, and we will be right back.
Fires like this happen every single night in the Delaware Valley. They leave people without their home and their belongings and without hope. But that's why Red Cross is here. Our volunteers bring food, shelter, and clothing, but most importantly, they bring hope. Red Cross is here so that nobody has to face a disaster like this alone. Red Cross, here in the Delaware Valley, helping people respond to life's emergencies every day.
The crowd very happy, the Radnor crowd very happy as the Raiders have moved the ball and scored on Lower Marion. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink over at Prevost Field in Radnor. Tell you what, it looked for all the world like Radnor was going to have their problems there. A big defensive play by Lower Marion appeared to have them on their heels, but a third down pass beautifully executed by Pete Brigg and Keith McMenamin, and we're tied.
Well, the Radnor students have a big interest in this game for a second reason, not just the victory, but they get a half day of school off if they win.
Ah! Deep kick taken by Goddard at about the 15. He breaks a couple tackles, but there's a swarm of burgundy shirts there, and they will take him down at about the 25-yard line. Radnor hot right now.
Yeah, the first defenders kind of held them and slowed them down until the other ones got there. That was a nice defense.
Well, Lower Marion has not been able to move the ball. They've had but one first down in the game. That was Goddard's run earlier. Of course, as we mentioned, the touchdown came on a defensive play.
That touchdown woke these fans up. Most of them are standing now and really into the game.
Yeah, they're all up and they're pumped right now. Vance brings them out over the ball. Of course, this all took place after a turnover, and they did convert on the turnover. Handoff goes, and not carrying it for much is Goddard.
Oh, look at those uniforms. They're right in that wettest spot of the field there.
Well, Brusky talking about it, JP. He said they've got to take advantage of that of the fumble. They did. They moved the ball up 65 yards. Great passing, great running.
That's what we hadn't done in some earlier games. There was one game where the other team had 3 fumbles and we didn't capitalize on them. And you got to make them pay when they do that.
Gain of 1 on the play. Backs are in the eye again. Deep handoff goes to Goddard, cuts inside. He'll get 2 or 3 on the carry. Make it 3rd and about 6, and we have a flag down. Let's see if we have a mask possibly here.
No, it looked like
No,
it was
looks like
away
maybe
from the
Lower
play.
Merion.
Yeah, away from the play. It might be unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure here. No, holding.
On the tackle.
Let's see, we got, yeah, they're moving them back. So Lower Merion having their problems right now.
I'll tell you, there's 4 minutes 55 seconds left in this in a half here. If Radnor can get the ball back, they can maybe take it in.
Radnor starting to take a little bit of control offensively of the game. They moved the ball down the field well. Young with some great runs, a spectacular run to get it down to the 9. And then the great pass, 2 passes to Keith McMenamin, and both well-thrown balls.
I was saying, Radnor's got the wind at their backs this period too, so that's important.
The penalty will take it back down to about the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 2nd and about 15.
Thanks.
Vance brings him out. Here's a single setback. Oh, pitch goes to the wing back. That's Goddard. He'll get about 3 or 4. That was an interesting play, but look at that gang tackling by the Radnor team. Boy, they're keying on him right now. Goddard, yeah, I'll tell you, every time he touches that ball, he's got about 4 red jerseys all over him. Make it 3rd down, and it'll be around 10. So he gained about 5 on the play. 3rd and 10 back to the original line of scrimmage. You see the replay there. Goddard just had nowhere to go.
I thought he had gained more than that, but no, Radnor did. That was a good defense on
Ganged
Radnor's
up
part.
real quickly. Looked like he could have gotten more, but good pursuit. Now a passing situation, one would think. Vance brings the team up. Single setback again, wing left. And the deep hand. No, the ball's on the ground. The ball is on the ground. Let's see who's got it. I think Radnor's got it. They do.
Oh, that's the break we needed. 3 minutes, 34 seconds to capitalize on this error by Lower Merion.
And the ball down and around the 15-yard line, so they are in great field position to take this ball in. Radnor, they had trouble with the handoff in the backfield. They were trying some kind of trickery. It didn't work. You mentioned it, JP. They are on the softest part of the field. The footing is treacherous at best. The ball is wet. All that adds up to a fumble, and Radnor's got the ball. Pete Brigg brings him out. Backs are in the eye. Petrillo the up back. Bobby Young the tailback. It's a delay to Young. He breaks to the 15, the 10, the 5. Bobby Young scores! Touchdown, Radnor!
The first play after the mistake, Radnor capitalizes. That's unbelievable.
A game of mistakes by Lower Merion, and 2 mistakes, 2 scores for the Raiders, and with 3:27 to go in the half, it goes to 13-7. Radnor with a lead. Bobby Young with a great run. Delay handoff. The blocking. Let's give the front line a credit. They cleared it out for Bobby Young. He found the crack, and he made no doubt about it. Out of Bragg's hole. The flags are blown all over. Let's see what we got. The kick is blocked. Let me see that. So the kick is blocked, so it'll be 13-7. As I believe that's Grabowski tries the extra points there. I think.
Yeah, that was Frankie Grabowski. He's a 9th grader. He's got a strong leg. He's going to be a great kicker here.
Well, he kicked it real well on the first one. He couldn't quite get it, and again, you look at the snap was a little bit tough, and that field is soft there. The hold might have been a little bit off, and he just never got to pass the line of scrimmage.
A lot of things got to go right for extra point. A lot of people take them for granted, but there's a lot of things that got to go right, and something went a little wrong
Anybody
there.
who's seen the Eagles play, you know that full well. We'll stay right here and talk about this with 3:27 to go in this first half. Lower Merion taking the break early in the game with the defensive play. Deshaun Goddard with a 40-yard run, but the Aces have had no answers offensively today.
I'll tell you, they talk about momentum in a game, and it really swung swiftly there towards Radnor's way. Now the important thing is to hold Lower Merion to halftime here and then come out with that same intensity the second half.
Absolutely. They've got the wind going for them. And Lower Merion appears to be back on their heels right now. Kickoff is a low kick. It'll be taken by one. Oh, and I kicked around a little bit. Running with the ball, not getting a whole lot of yardage. So a good play there to kick the ball low and force Lower Merion to come out after it. Returning the ball was Kenny Durrell, but it'll go to about the 24-yard line, and it is there that the Aces will take over.
Right, and they kicked the ball away from their best runner, so that was the plan on that one.
And they made it bounce around in the mud there. He had a little trouble picking it up. So Lower Merion, with 3:20 to go in this first half, will try to climb off the mat as they now trail the game for the first time, 13-7. Vance brings them out over the ball. Backs are in the eye. Deep handoff goes to Goddard. Oh, he breaks outside. He's got a and a nice saving tackle. Who was that on the play? Number 80. That was John Chu, I believe, made the tackle.
Yeah, that was unfortunate because Radnor had him stopped at the line of scrimmage but didn't bring him down.
I may be wrong. That maybe number 60 came back to get him. I'm sorry. That was Steve Elliott. Oh, now they're saying McMenamin. So whoever got him in a nice tackle, JP.
Yeah, it's just too bad they didn't bring him down at the line of scrimmage because they had him stopped. He was actually standing at the line of scrimmage.
And it just seemed to open up for him. So first down for Lower Merion as they move the ball out over the 30 to the 35-yard line. Oh, and the ball's on the ground again. And I think Radnor's got it again.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you what, Lower Merion keeps shooting themselves in the foot, and Radnor's made them pay twice with 2:41 to go in the half. Let's see if they can do it one more time.
I was watching that one with the field glasses, and it was a bad exchange. The exchange didn't get made.
He just never had the ball. You see the replay there. Goddard just never had the ball. Held the ball out there, kind of gave it to him high, and it just slipped out of his hands. Radnor, Johnny on the spot to get it. Brigg brings the team out over the ball. Ball now at the 38-yard line. Deep handoff goes and carrying for a couple yards, and then, oh, baby, just buried is Bobby Young.
Well, you got 2.5 minutes to go here. What do you think, Bob? You think they'll put it in the air, or you think they're content on keeping it on the ground?
No, I think they want. I think they've got the win. They've got the turnover. They want to stick Lower Merion on their heels. I think you see a pass right here, right now.
I would like to see it.
You look for Keith McMenamin. He goes out to the left side. Out to the right side is number 15, Kawan Lewis. Backs are in the eye, but for all the world, I think they need to pass the ball here. It's a handoff, however, to Young. Young's not going to get much, and now they're in a must-pass situation. That's where I would have gone to play action, JP. I would have used it, gone after the pursuit, and just gone for the downs.
Well, this is a crucial play. I would say they've got 2 shots at this, though, because a punt's not going to do them any good.
No, they're not going to punt from here unless they have a loss, a significant loss. Now, again, the backs are in the eye. This time to the right side is Keith McMenamin. Back to pass. Looks. He's got time. He's got a man over the middle. Throws behind him. Oh, what a great catch. What a great catch by number 27, Wayne Robinson. Reached behind him a la Irving Fryer. The clock will stop while they move the sticks. 1:16 to go in the first half. Ball moved down inside the 20 to about the 17-yard line. Now they'll move the sticks, and now they'll get up there and be ready to go as the official will wait.
That was almost like a timeout because Radnor's all set to go just as soon as they start the clock.
Moving, backs are in the eye. Young will take it. He won't get much as he'll move it down. Now they'll call a timeout, and while they do, we're going to take a real quick break here, and we will be right back.
Of a great party, you want to make sure your friends have a real good time, but you also want to make sure they get home safely. That's why Beer Drinkers of America reminds you to party smart. As the party winds down, a smart host closes the bar, offers his friends non-alcoholic beverages, and serves a fresh round of snacks. A smart host also keeps his eye on his guests and doesn't let anyone attempt to drive home who shouldn't. Be smart. Make yours a party everyone will remember.
We are back at Prevost Field here in Radnor, Pennsylvania. Situation is this: 1:02 to go in the first half. The Raiders with a 13-7 lead, having converted 2 previous Lower Merion turnovers, trying to make it 3. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink. The team's talking about it. We talked about it ourselves at the timeout, J.P. We're looking to put the ball in the air here.
Well, that's what I want to see. We got a minute and 2 seconds. You can get a lot of plays in a minute and 2 seconds if they're passing plays. So let's see what happens.
And if you're going to run, you want to try and run wide so you can get out of bounds if you run into a problem. That play was up the middle. They had the timeout to burn. So
I'm trying to think back. Was that Radnor's first timeout? I think it was.
I don't think they've used any prior to this. Lower Merion had to take those 2 early in the half. Well, I think Brigg may have called one a little bit earlier. I think he did. Now the pitch goes to Young. He's to the outside. He's going to try and stay outside. There's a flag down. This is going to bring it back. I think we have something in the holding or clipping area. Good news is it'll stop the clock. The bad news is it's going to move the Raiders back, I think. And the way they're moving back, JP, I think they know it's against them.
Probably holding.
It is a hold, and it'll take it back to about the 25-yard line. So again, Radnor with an opportunity to score. This time the penalty will bring them back. It looks like they're going to mark it back to, well, it depends on where the spot of the foul is. Looks like it was up at around the 13-yard line. So I'll probably bring it back to about the 23. And it does.
Well, Radnor still got 3 shots at it here with 55 seconds left.
Yeah, as I say, the good news is it stops the clock. Now they got to move it along, and they're not ready, and the clock is now moving. Boy, I'll tell you, you got to call a play and be ready to go, and now they have to huddle up and bring it out. Under 50 seconds to go in the half. Still a good deal of time. Backs in the eye. Double wide right. And it'll be a carry by Young, and I guess they will, are they calling a timeout, or are they just going to let it go? They're going to let the clock run. Make it 3rd down and 15 now. Call a quick play. They'll get up. This barring an incompletion, could be the last play of the half. Brigg back to pass. Throws it deep. He's got a man there. It's tipped. Oh, it's caught! It's caught for a touchdown! Bobby Young tipped. There's a flag down, but I think we're going to have holding against Radnor. It's going to come back.
I'll tell you, that was a tipped ball. He was ready for it. It was a great play, but it's coming back.
The flag went down in the holding area. I saw it, and it's all going to come back with 1 second to go in the half. It's going to, you see the tip, and there he is, Johnny on the spot, Bobby Young, but unfortunately for the Raiders, a hold in the backfield will take it back. You got to think now, JP, they'll just, well, they have nothing to lose. They might as well go for all the, unless.
You got to throw it in the end zone now.
Yeah, you got to throw it in the end zone. Now the question is, once they set that ball, they'll start the clock. Will they call a timeout, or will they just let the clock run out? Tough series for Radnor. Had for all the world the great opportunity to really put this game in their hip pocket. But a couple of holding penalties have hurt them. And they will have one more play. And you got to think that if you're the defensive backs for Lower Merion, you are standing back at around the 5-yard line.
Well, right, you're going to drop back real fast because this ball should go into the end zone.
This will be the last play of the half. Brigg rolls to the right under a rush. He looks, he'll throw it deep. Looking for a man. He got it! He's got it! Touchdown! Touchdown, Radnor!
Unbelievable play. He had to extend himself to catch that ball.
Absolutely unbelievable. I got to get the number. Was that Keith McMenamin? Let's see who it was. It's Keith McMenamin, a great catch. He fended off the defender, caught it as he was going out of bounds in the end zone, and it will be a touchdown for Radnor, and it's 19-7.
I'll tell you, Peter Brigg, the quarterback there, it was a nice pass, and he made that pass on the run. There was a defender coming after him, so that was a great pass.
And now Brigg will try. No, they're going to go for two, as we talked about. They look like they're going to kick it. Now they're going to go for two. Wing to the left is Young. Oh, he'll never get near the end zone. He's buried in the backfield. But what a way to end the half. A great touchdown pass, 35 yards. Hail Mary answered. We have come to the end of the first 24 minutes. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Spink. Great half, J.P.
Hey, let's hope they can keep up that intensity the second half.
Teams go to the locker room. We're going to take a break. 19-7. Radnor leading Lower Merion for Channel 16 Radnor football. It's halftime. You see the score. We'll be back for third quarter action. Don't go away.
The IRS would like to talk to you. Don't worry, we have good news. No joke. It's called the Advance Earned Income Tax Credit. If you will earn less than $24,396 in 1995 and have a child living with you in your home, then you could receive up to $105 extra a month in your paycheck. Ask your employer for Form W-5, Earned Income Credit Advance Payment Certificate, and start getting more of your money now. A public service message from the IRS.
If you're heading out for a night in the town, you really should make a game plan first. Pass your keys to a buddy if you're planning to drink. After all, being a passenger can be a lot of fun, too.
A friendly reminder from Beer Drinkers of America.
Soloists are Nick Velasco on trumpet and Alex Henderson on baritone horn. Next, Kevin featuring the dramatic performance of the new Radnor band.
Back at Prevost Field, Radnor, Pennsylvania, the halftime score, Radnor leading Lower Merion 19-7, the 101st revival of this great rivalry. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink, and the band coming off the field, they did a great job of entertaining.
They were greatly received by the fans, and they sounded great, Bob.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the second half. Lower Merion, in order to make things happen, have got to open up a little bit. It's Goddard, and more Goddard. And if they're going to get back in this game, they've got to do something. In other words, open it up, maybe throw the ball. And I don't know if they can.
Well, I think Paul Petrillo told his team that, hey, we have to cut down on those mistakes. We can't afford those mistakes. And we have to concentrate on our blocking. I don't think their blocking has been that great, and they haven't been able to move the ball that great against Radnor. On the other hand, Ralph Rapinoe's told Radnor, we got to keep up the same intensity that we did in the second quarter and keep this game rolling.
Well, the story of this game has been turnovers. All 4 scores have been the result of turnovers. Of course, Lower Merion breaking the ice on a great 40-yard interception and run by Deshaun Goddard of a break pass. And then after they went back and forth a little bit, a turnover looked kind of inconsequential because it was down in Radnor territory, but they moved the ball. Bobby Young with some sensational running and some great passing by Brake.
That's what I mean. Radnor had to take that ball a long ways for that touchdown. The second 2 were a little shorter.
Well, again, turnovers again, as Lower Merion had trouble holding on to the ball. They gave the ball right back to them at about the 16-yard line, and from there it was first play, Bobby Young's spectacular run into the end zone, and it was 13-0. And then it looked for all the world after Lower Merion gave it up again, a couple of big holding penalties. 1 second to go, a Hail Mary pass answered.
I'll tell you, I give Radnor a lot of credit there. They didn't give up trying to score a touchdown. They kept going for it, and even those 2 holding calls didn't hold them up.
Absolutely not. So we begin the second half. Lower Merion should get the ball. They have the option. The wind is a factor again. It is gusting here and there, and it did create a problem in the first half.
Today is 382274.
But we will see what transpires here as Radnor's kicking team will go on the field.
Again, the number is 382274. You have that ticket number. Please report to the tower. Again, 382.
Second half about to begin.
Thank you.
And we are almost ready to get underway. Radnor will kick the ball off. It's a low kick, and it hits an up man for Lower Merion, and they have to dive on the ball.
The kicking game has been strange here today.
That's an understatement. Lower Merion looks like they brought some fresh jerseys with them, so they have clean shirts right now. And Lower Merion will take over 1st and 10 in great field position at about the 40 of their own 40-yard line. Again, Vance is still the quarterback. Oh, and the ball's on the ground again, but Goddard picks it up and is buried in the backfield. And it starts the way it ended in the first half.
I'll tell you, I know their coach telling them you got to protect that ball, and they're laid on the ground again.
Ball just sat there at Goddard's feet. Fortunately for him, he picked it up, tried to run with it, but by that time, there were a swarm of red jerseys, and it'll be second down about 15 or 14 yards.
They were on that quarterback right as he handed that ball off also.
Yeah, they were. Good pursuit there. Second down and 14. Vance of a long count. And he'll have the deep handoff to Goddard, and he is buried again. And again, all it has been is Goddard, and he has gone the wrong way for Lower Merion.
That play took too long to set up, though. That was slow in developing.
So a third down now. It's third and about 20. He's all the way back to his own 30-yard line. And Radnor has come out fired up on defense and made the plays. Just underway in the second half. Radnor with a 19-7 lead over Lower Merion in this 101st renewal of this classic rivalry. 3rd and 20. And Vance with a long count, backs in the eye. Pitches back to Goddard. Goddard will try and turn the corner. He's got the corner, cuts it up inside. He'll get 10 of those yards back, but he'll still be far shy of the first down, and it'll bring up a punting situation for the Aces.
Tetrick forces him out of bounds.
Tetrick with the tackle. Radnor with a real good defensive series there, JP.
That was wonderful. In fact, he didn't quite get back to the original line of scrimmage there, so it's like 4th down and 12.
Ball at the 37-yard line. It'll be 4th and about 12. Bobby Young goes back in single safety, and he should get a ball that's returnable. In fact, he's almost standing too far back, JP, I think. This one, though, is a good kick, and Young will get it. This should be returnable. Tries to get around the first pursuit. He does. He's up to the 35, cuts it outside to the 40, and I'll take it over the 40 to about the 40, just at about the 40-yard line, actually. Bobby Young with a nice job. Lower Murray with good pursuit, and Radnor will take it over at that point.
Now there again, Peter Brigg made a nice block there, but there was another Radnor defender, nobody to block him, and he's the one that brought Bobby down.
That was a real good punt. That one was high, and it gave, they gave the pursuit a chance. It was returnable, but it wasn't one of those low ones that they had in the whole first half.
Well, the first defender was down there almost when he caught it, but he didn't. He laid a hand on him, but didn't stop him.
So Brigg will bring the team out. McMenamin the up back. Bobby Young, who's been sensational today, the tailback. Out on first down, it is a handoff to Young. He'll struggle for maybe a yard, maybe 2 at the most. Bobby Young, good pursuit by the Lower Merion defense.
Now that one looked like if he could have cut left, he would have got more, but he didn't see that opening.
Call it a gain of a yard, make it 2nd and 9.
And 8 yards to go for the first down.
Young didn't have much of a push there and had to do a lot of that on his own. Now, Keith McMenamin goes wide left. He's got to be watched. He was sensational also in the first half. 2 big touchdown receptions. Brigg hands it off underneath, and looking like he had significant yardage to begin with. It still gets about 5 yards on the play. Is Young, so it'll take it out toward the 45-yard line, make it about 3rd and about 5.
They fooled Lower Merion there. There was the tackler right by Bobby, but he didn't know Bobby had the ball. Bobby went right by him.
The spot is placed back at the 44-yard line, so we'll make it 3rd down and about 6. They need to get just shy of the 50-yard line for the first down. Again, 9 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 19-7, Radnor with the ball and the lead. Now Brigg wants to make a change. He's got a double formation left. And on 3rd down, he rolls right to pass. He's under a rush. Lets it go. It's going to be complete for the first down. And cutting inside and getting the first down is number 27, Wayne Robinson.
Pass complete to Wayne Robinson of Radnor.
Wayne's probably been the leading receiver this year. That was a nice pass and a nice catch.
A first down for Robinson, takes it down to about the 35-yard line of Lower Merion. And Briggs looked real good throwing the ball.
Down to the 35-yard line of the Aces.
A first down for Radnor. And it's a handoff to Young. He cuts it inside and then goes outside. He'll get about 3 on the carry.
I think it was a wise choice to go to the right there because he was going to get stopped going straight forward.
A good running back will find his spots. He cut it inside, didn't see anything, bounced to the outside. He'll get actually about 5. Not a bad run at all for Bobby Young. Bobby Young's got to be over 100 yards at this point.
And the 2nd down and 5 yards to go for the first down for the Red Raiders.
2nd and 5, ball just outside the 30-yard line. Radnor moving the ball once again. The handoff goes to McMenamin, and he will not get a whole lot of yardage there as he had a little trouble getting his footing. That's Corey McMenamin. So we'll make it 3rd down and still about 5 yards to go.
This is a big play here, Bob.
It is, but you're in 4-down territory, I think,
yes,
right here.
Yes, you're right. I think they got 2 shots at making this 5 yards.
Now, we'll see if they throw or if they do some type of a rollout look or even a pitch out to Young, who's been successful on those outside runs, with one glaring exception when he got buried in the backfield late in the first half. Backs are in the eye. The pitch does go to Young. He looks to go to the outside. Nice block by McMenamin to cut him over, and he's going to get the first down and get down to the 22-yard line.
Now that key blocking there, they took out both the in and the backfield man that came up, and they gave him some running room, and he made it.
And it'll be 1st and 10. The ball now down to about the 22-yard line, and it was Corey McMenamin with a real nice block to seal it for him and let him get to the outside. Again, Radnor, as they have been doing since the second quarter, moving the ball well. They chose the wind in the third quarter, JB. I think they want to try and put the game away here. A little trouble in the handoff, but Young still will get about 5 on the carry. I'll tell you, Young is just playing a great game.
Yeah, you and I had talked about the what end of the field would you take during halftime, and I think I would have wanted this in the fourth period, but right now I really don't feel too much wind.
There's not a whole lot of wind right now. It's kind of died down, so it's not really an effect on anything right now. Now, they said that his knee went down at about the 18, so we'll make it only a gain of 2 on the play. Make it 2nd down and 8, the ball at the 19. Brigg with his backs in the eye. He'll give the handoff to Young, and he'll struggle forward for another 2 or 3 more. And they're down to the 15-yard line. So Young, who has been the go-to guy so far, again, 3rd down and 5. Last time they tried the pitch to the left. You wonder if they'll go to the right this time. And you wonder if Lower Merion might blitz here.
Well, they're in that wettest part of the field there now, so footing is tough.
Absolutely. Backs in, coming out in the eye. McMenamin the up back. Bobby Young the tailback behind Brigg. Wide right receiver. Handoff goes to Young, and he's going to get tripped up in the backfield. They tried that delay play that worked so well in the first half, and this time Lower Merion would have none of it, and it's a 4th down, and I got to think they're going to go for it, because where they would hold the ball is absolutely a mess. If they try to field goal.
Oh yeah, that'd be like trying to kick it out of the swimming pool, I think.
Well, they've done very well on 4th down long pass plays. Let's see if they can keep it going.
4th down for the Raiders.
They have a slot to the right and wide to the right. Backs in the eye. Rolling to the right is Brigg. He looks. He throws. Has he got him? He's got him. He's got him. It's going to be a 1st and goal, and I think the completion went to Pete Hahn.
Pete Hahn makes a reception from Brigg.
And that'll give him the ball on the 6-yard line. 1st and goal once again. Pete Brigg does the job.
Peter Brigg, he had some time that time. They gave him good protection, and he moved to the right and made that nice pass. Radnor's been making some key 3rd down conversions.
Absolutely.
That happened to be on the 4th down, but it was like a 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and 4th down. I mean, they've made some great plays here. So 1st and goal, ball at the 6-yard line. And play goes to Young. He cuts in, he dives, is he in? Is he in? Let me see, I don't see a signal yet. No, he's out of bounds on the 1-yard line. Make it 2nd and goal. Young tried to dive into the end zone, just landed about a football's length shy.
Well, I saw a Radnor player give the touchdown signal, but not the referee, and it's the referee that counts.
So on 2nd and goal, I mean, we are inches, that nose of the ball right up against the line. You wonder if Brigg will call his own number here.
Well, they've been, I'll tell you, he's had some real successful quarterbacks sneaks.
Well, last time he tried, they got bunched up, though.
Yeah, I know, but in open field, it works better.
Everybody in tight, he quarterback sneaks, and I don't know if he's got it. They tried it. No, he's held again, so it's 3rd and short, 3rd down and goal. You get the feeling if they pitch to Young, he'll walk into the end zone here. They're all bunched in tight. So on 3rd and goal, again, that ball is just, in fact, they may have lost a little bit of yardage because it was nose up against the goal, and now it's about 6 inches back from where it was. So it's 3rd down and goal. Backs are split now. And now what do we have here? Let's see what we have. Some kind of discussion. 5:06 to go in the third quarter. I may have a clock problem here. Looking back at the clock, JP, so we don't know what the problem is, so we don't know how long it's going to be, so we're going to keep it right here for now.
I haven't been watching the clock to see if it's been running on every play, but it seems about right. 5 minutes left and 5 minutes, 6 seconds left in the period.
The timeout been called, and it's a timeout clock. So now, since we have the official timeout, let's take a break now, and we will be right back.
I love to work out. I like my body to be perfect. That's because I lead an active social life. I want to look good. But no matter what shape you're in, anyone can get the AIDS virus. And one workout that can protect you from the AIDS virus is not to take risks when it comes to sex.
Find out what kind of behavior puts you at risk. Call your local AIDS hotline or 1-800-342-AIDS.
We are back at Prevost Field. They try again a quarterback sneak on third down as we have the clock taken care of. And it'll be 4th and goal as they tried that quarterback sneak one more time and got nothing. In fact, lost a half a yard. They're a full yard away from the end zone now. Patrick was on the carry. So now on 4th down, what do we have? Lower Merion wants to call a timeout and talk about it. Let's stay here right now and talk about this. JP, been a good goal line stand by the Aces.
Well, you got to give them credit. Now, they call that timeout, but that also gives Radnor a chance for the coach to go out there and talk to him. There he goes right now, and he's going to talk to him, and they're going to set up this play, and hopefully a touchdown play.
I think if I'm calling the play, I think you've got to try something, faking it to a back into the line, and either do a bootleg, put quarterback bootleg, or you've got to pitch it to one of your backs. Right. You got to go wide here. They're bunching up the middle. They're looking for the middle. Now, of course, Lower Merion's not foolish. They're going to tell them that. But even that, if you show them that run up the middle, it will open up the side. And if Bobby Young, if it's pitched to him, he's going to win the race to the corner.
Right. I would say I have a choice. Either you fake to Tetrick going up the center, and either Bobby Young or Peter Brigg holds on to the ball. Or you have Bobby Young go around either side.
So they are talking it over, almost completed the timeout. I can't believe they would try and quarterback sneak again, JP. You've got to think they've got to try something wide. Or, if you really have guts, fake the handoff and try a quick pass.
Well, let's see. They got the
well, they got Keith McMenamin out wide, so we'll see what happens on 4th down. Backs are now moving into the eye. We have a wing left. And they do go wide. And they roll, and he goes into the end zone.
Oh,
touchdown
yeah,
on the keeper.
Peter Brigg.
Peter Brigg called his own number. The opening was there. They had an unbalanced line left, power to the left side, and Brigg just took it himself, found the crack, and he takes it into the end zone, and it's 25-7 with 3:58 to go in the third quarter. There it is again, wide open there. Touchdown, Radnor.
Well, it's great that Radnor scored, but even if they didn't score, they would have had Lower Merion pinned back. But it's good to come away with that 6 points.
I'll tell you what's even more impressive is they kick off, they hold Lower Merion, they get the ball back, and again make a nice drive down the field, take it into the end zone, and Lower Merion does not have the answers for them right now. So they will try. I think they're going to. They're going to try for 2 here. Backs are split. Now they're in the eye. There's a flag, and let's see if they may have taken too much time. Yeah. Which actually helps them because they seem to do better further away from the end zone than they do up close.
Against Radnor.
Well, at this point, you'd say, well, what difference does 1 or 2 points make? But you got to try and get every point you can because you don't know what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, that's right. And they have an 18-point lead right now. That's 3 scores they have to make. And realistically, what you want to actually, you almost say you might go for one simply because, well, it doesn't make a whole lot of difference here, but they're going to go for two. Rolling to the right, looking. He throws deep into the end zone. Caught!
Oh,
Caught!
baby,
The two-point
everything's going
conversion
right.
works. So the two-point conversion is caught by Pete Hahn, and it'll make it 27-7. We will take a break as they do their push-ups and be right back. Don't go away.
Crime is a growing concern for state residents, but you don't have to be a victim. I'm Senator Stuart Greenleaf. You can take steps to protect your home, your property, and yourself. Even simple things like installing deadbolt locks and keeping your home well lit can deter a criminal. For more hints like these on how you can prevent crime, stop by my office for a free booklet. After all, being well informed can help you avoid becoming a victim.
Back at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania, Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink, where the Raiders have extended their lead to 27-7. And I'll tell you what, J.P., if Lower Merion's going to have any prayer at getting back in this game, they're going to have to find somebody besides Goddard to get it to.
Yeah, you're right, Bob. They have to vary their offense because Radnor's keen on Goddard. Well, I would say Lower Marion's got to put the ball in the air now. 3 minutes and 58 seconds to go in the third period.
Ground ball kickoff. Nice pickup by Mike Petrillo. But he's buried. Oh, is he buried? And that was Hahn on the tackle. Brian Petrillo, I beg your pardon. Brian Petrillo, we have a flag down, and Lower Merion's going to get 15 more for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Did you see what happened there? I didn't see what
I
happened.
didn't. I just saw the Radnor players clapping their hands. Somebody must have said something, and the official didn't like it. It's going to go back 15 more. So all the wheels are falling off for Lower Merion right now.
Well, I'll tell you, a big game like this, you know, both teams are fired up. Both teams want the game really bad. And when things don't go right, these young players get frustrated, and that's what happens.
And that's exactly it. And sometimes, you know, you lose your composure. You've been playing out. You've been looking toward this game. You take the lead, and then all of a sudden everything seems to go wrong for you. And now they are way back inside their 15-yard line at the 14. Terrible field position for Lower Merion, a team that only has a couple of first downs for the game. Now they have a passing look to them as Vance brings them up to the line. And he goes back to pass. He looks, he throws a long one. Oh, and then it's going to be interference. Now it depends on who, that's the question. The flag went down, and I don't know if it could be offensive interference or it could be defense. I think they're going to call against Radnor.
Well, that was strange. The Radnor player cut in front of him, but he actually had a shot at the ball.
Yeah, but the up man was also with him, and I think they locked legs. Yeah, it was not on the safety. It was on the cornerback. So it's an automatic first down. So they get out of the hole big time. That, of course, in high school football is not a spot foul. It is rather a 15-yard penalty. So the ball is moved out, and they are right up to the 30-yard line. And Lower Merion digs out of the hole right there. Goddard the single, they're in the eye. Goddard the setback, the tailback rather. Mads, he'll roll right. He'll look to throw again. He showed a good arm in the last ball. Throws it over the middle, and it is caught. And we'll get his number if we can ever figure it out. But it was caught, and I
don't think you're going to read his number.
I don't even want to. I couldn't even fathom a guess on the number. It's 80-something.
Merion on the reception. Josh Petrick.
But from the size,
84.
First and 10.
No, from the size, I'm going to say it's Alava Nualita. 6'7". So the first down on the pass, and now they hand off to Goddard, and Goddard will get 5. Now there's the difference, JP. Straight handoffs to Goddard, not able to do anything. Now they pass, and they have to spread the defense more.
That's exactly right. That's why you have to have both the run and the pass in this game.
So that'll be about a 4-yard gain for Goddard, as he had a little bit of a hole.
6 to go for the first down.
Backs are in the eye again. Now Radnor's got to stay in this because there's still a lot of time. Nice pass, but a little bit too long. I think they may have gotten signals crossed as the wide receiver turned out, and I think he wanted an up play. When you throw it that far out,
Yeah.
it's got to be something that.
Yeah, he didn't act like he was throwing the ball away. I think there was some miscommunication
no, I think it was just he zigged when they wanted him to zag. 2:31 to go in this third quarter. It's been all Radnor since the middle of the second quarter as they have scored 27 unanswered points to lead the Aces of Lower Merion 27-7. Bob Friedman, J.P. Smink, happy to bring you this game from Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania, the 101st renewal of this great rivalry. Pitch goes back to Goddard on third down. He turns the corner. He's going to have the first down. It does appear. Depends on where they put the spot, but I'm pretty sure he's got that first down. He does. So the sticks move, and now they're moving the ball nicely. Couple of pass interference, and then a nice pass play. Goddard's run the ball well, and they've got the ball down at the 41-yard line of Radnor.
To the first down at the 39-yard line, correct, at the 41-yard line. First down for the Aces.
First and 10, backs again in the eye. Handoff goes to Goddard, and he simply slipped down. And the field is just very slippery. He never got any footing.
He tried to cut, and all of a sudden he was skating.
So the ball will go to the 40, gain of 1 on the play, make it second down and 9. Clock moving inside, 2 minutes to go in the third quarter.
To go for the first down.
Again, backs to the eye on second and 9. And again, the handoff no, he's throwing the ball. He's got a man, and it falls incomplete.
Vance's pass falls incomplete.
Looked like it might have been catchable, but it was right on the sideline there. Couldn't tell if he would have been inbounds or not.
Yeah, I think he would have been inbounds, but I just went right through his arms. I think he had himself turning the wrong way. So now it's a 3rd and 9. And again, you got to think they're in 4-down territory.
Oh, well, 20 points down. Yeah,
got
they
it.
got to
You
go
got
for
it. Backs again in the eye. Straight back to pass. Goes Vance. Has plenty of time. Goes it high and deep. He's got a man. And oh, nice defensive play. They fronted and backed him well. The pass hung up. And that's that little bit of a wind holding that ball up, as it looked like they had a receiver there, but it just fell incomplete.
Yeah, I thought the Radnor player that was behind the possible receiver had a shot at that ball. Now, there again, it was right on the sideline there. I don't know if he could have caught it in bounds or not.
Would have been a tough play, but they couldn't quite come up with it. So, 4th down and 9 as Radnor has stiffened here. And this could be the play of the game for Lower Merion. They need this first down to stay in this. Single setback this time. Slotted to the left. Now under a big rush, they're going to try a screen, and that's never going to happen. Oh, baby, and they belted him. Radnor has held on downs. They tried the center middle screen. It didn't fool anybody.
No, they had good pursuit there. There were 3 in after the quarterback, and they put some pressure on him. The screen really never set up. If he would have caught the ball, he didn't have any blockers in front of him.
That's exactly right. They had all red jerseys there. So Radnor stiffens, holds on downs. They will take over the 1:14 to go in the third period, and with a 20-point lead. Once again, Pete Brigg brings him out over the ball. Corey McMenamin, the up back. Bobby Young, sensational today at the tailback. It is Young, gets a pitch to the right. Doesn't have a lot of room, and oh, he is just blasted. Nice tackle on the play by the Lower Merion player. That would be Wesley Vance, came up to make the play. He'll lose a couple of yards, make it second down, actually a yard, make it 2nd and 11.
Well, Radnor starting in good field position there when they started on their own 40, so even if they don't make it and they kick, they can pin Lower Merion back.
Well, I think they want to pin him back, but I think also what they want more than anything to do is just melt the clock. I don't think you want to see them putting the ball in the air too much at this point, especially in the fourth quarter. They're going to be working against the wind. Fourth quarter will begin in about 30 seconds. So the back's in the eye on 2nd and 11. Handoff goes. Nice seam for Young, and then it closes up, but he gets about as much as he could get out of it. Gets about 6. He'll give him a very makeable 3rd and 5. It'll stop the clock with 23 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Ball up at about the 45-yard line.
Yeah, Lower Merion had good pursuit there. They were sliding sideways and kept them from a big gain.
And as an advantage, and you like to melt the clock, but again, as an advantage, they do have the win for this one more play. So 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Keith McMenamin splits wide to the right. Backs are in the eye behind Brigg. Brigg rolls to the right. He looks. He fires it. It's a high pass, and it's going to be over Keith McMenamin's hands. With 17 seconds to go, I would think that they will punt the ball away.
Well, I'm sure they will, and hopefully they get a nice punt. Maybe can pin them back, inside the 20, hopefully, in that bad part of the field.
Yep. Key here is to get the punt away. Corey McMenamin will stand back at about his own 31-yard line. He will have the advantage of having the wind. And Goddard stands back at around his own 20. Snap is key here too, and it's a good one. They come after him, but he gets it away. It's a spiral, and it'll take a nice Radnor bounce inside the 25 to about the 20-yard line. Great punt.
Great punt. It's right in that soft part of the field there.
And with 7 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, Lower Merion will take the ball over right at the 20-yard line. They'll set the ball down, and Lower Merion, who moved the ball well their last series until they finally ran into a stone wall at the Radnor 40, will run this play, and this should be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Backs are in the eye. Vance, the quarterback. He hands it off to Goddard. Goddard is buried, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter. We have completed 3 quarters of play here at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania, and it is the host Radnor Raiders leading Lower Merion 27-7. We'll take a break and be back for all the 4th quarter action. Don't go away.
These daycare workers are very special people. They've taken a Red Cross training program which teaches people how to respond to first aid emergencies for the children in their care. It's an important program that our volunteers offer here in the Delaware Valley, and it's all for the health and safety and development of our children. Should a life-threatening emergency ever occur in a daycare center where one of these trained people work, they'll know how to respond. Red Cross is here in the Delaware Valley, helping people respond to life's emergencies every day.
Back at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania, the 4th quarter about to get underway. It has been all Radnor since the middle of the 2nd quarter. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink. And J.P., the 4th quarter, you got to think Lower Merion's going to pull out all the stops here.
Okay, and when you got about 8 or 9 players going both ways, this is when fatigue sets in. So Radnor's got to keep this intensity up and don't wear down.
Backs in the eye. Back to pass. Got a man on the sideline. Oh, just through the arms of the intended receiver, who is Brian Petrillo.
Bob, I could see that going through the arms and the Radnor player picking it up and going right down the sideline.
I'll tell you, that hung up a long time. The Radnor player just could not quite get to it. So it'll be 3rd down and again about 9, just underway in this 4th quarter. Vance with his backs in the eye. Handoff goes to Goddard. He'll only get 1, and they tried the draw play. No fooling the Raider defense there.
I'll tell you, these Radnor players are fired up. I think they can smell a victory, but they got to keep working hard.
I'll tell you what, they're going to punt. I smell a big return here. I just feel a big play coming up. I just see Bobby Young breaking one here. If he can get the punt, the right punt, a low trajectory punt with a running start. But Brian Petrillo will stand back at his own 6-yard line. It's a good snap. He'll get it away. Low punt, very returnable. He gets it at about the 50. Now he'll try to cut it over. Well, so much for my thinking. And there's a flag. Whatever happens is going to come back, but he breaks it to the right side. He needs to beat one man. He's finally pulled out of bounds, but this is going to come back.
Yeah, he was having trouble with his footing there when he was dancing around. You could tell he was slipping and sliding.
I think we're going to have either a hold or a clip against Radnor. I was wrong, and then I was almost right. He kept cutting it back, and he almost broke it. Actually, it was a great punt. It was a driving punt. You see him finally get pulled out of bounds there on a nice play by number 66, Sean Douglas. But they're going to be sent back for either holding or clipping.
Yeah, that punt was a nice spiral. It was cutting right through the air. I thought it was going to go over Bobby's head, but he threw his hands up and caught it.
He made a great catch. That's the toughest catch in football, to catch it with pure hands. And he got it. And he brought. It'll take it back to the Radnor 30-yard line. And Radnor now will try to get a couple of first downs and melt that clock down. 10:59 to go in the fourth quarter.
Exactly right. Now the clock is Lower Merion's enemy here. And Radnor wants to try and keep that clock running.
Well, 2 series would melt off 5 minutes of the clock. 2 first downs melt off a good 4 to 5 minutes. And it goes to Young, and Oh, there are muddy white jerseys all over number 21. He'll lose a
I don't know
good
if you
yard
can call
to 2
them white
yards.
jerseys anymore.
I
though,
said
Bob.
muddy white
Yeah.
jerseys. 2nd and 12. He lost 2. He'll go back to the 28-yard line. Clock continues to move. Still a lot of time left, over 10 minutes, and anything can happen. The handoff goes to the up back and carrying the ball for about 3 or 4 yards on the play. No, that was Bobby Young again. I thought that was Tetrick, but it was Young with the carry.
Yeah, he had an opening there, but they slashed him from both sides there and closed that hole up quickly.
It is desperation time for the Aces. They need to do everything they can to hold them here, get the ball back, and do what they can. So it's 3rd down and about 9 at the 3-yard gain. I still wouldn't put the ball up in the air now. But that's me. Wide to the left comes Kawan Lewis, to the right goes Kawan Lewis. The handoff goes to Bobby Young. He goes out to the left side. He's blasted after about a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up a punting situation.
I was fooled on that one. I thought Briggs still had the ball. Lower Merion wasn't fooled.
Well, they did a nice job, and they'll hold him shy of the first down by about 2 yards. 3 yards maybe. And McMenamin will try to get away a very big punt from a tough part of the field. And again, Goddard will look for a ball that he can return. Oh, it's going to go over his head. Going to go over his head, and the ball is fumbled, and it's jumped on by Lower Merion. And this is a big break for the Aces. Lower Merion fans haven't had a whole lot to cheer about since the first quarter. This is something. It gives them an opportunity to get back into this game.
Well, I'm just looking at the score, Bob, and it looks like 27-7. Lower Merion could score 2 touchdowns and go for 2 each time. That'd be 16 points, right?
They got to score 3 times.
And that'd be 23. Field goal, they need 3 touchdowns.
They need 3 touchdowns. But they need to put something on the board right now. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Goddard falls down, big loss, back to about the 36-yard line. A huge loss for Lower Merion, who could smell the pay dirt, but again, an errant flip, and the ball, and I think it was more on the pursuit of the defensive line. I think that Vance was hit as he went to pitch the ball. Back to the 37-yard line. They got to get to the 12 for first down, 2nd and 25.
Lower Merion is just not capitalizing on that Radnor mistake here. 2nd
down after that monster loss. No. Back to pass. He throws the ball left. He's got a man open. And we're not going to say who because we have no idea because Jersey is obliterated. But it'll take it back down to about the 25-yard line. So he'll get a lot of the lost yardage back. And well, actually, they say he went out closer to the 30-yard line, about the 28. So he'll still need about 13 yards. But that's makeable now.
Yeah, that was a big play. I thought he almost got back to the line of scrimmage, original line of scrimmage, but he didn't. He got a little more than that.
Stepped out just prior to it. Backs in the eye again. Vance has thrown the ball well. And again, play action. He throws. He's going to be way over everybody's head. So it'll bring him a 4th and 13. And again, Radnor will need to dig deep and make the big defensive play if they're to hold Lower Merion off the board. If they can hold him here, you got to think this game is going to be could be pretty much in hand.
Well, the quarterback got up off the ground there pretty slow. It looks like he's pretty fatigued. He's been working hard. So
absolutely. So on 4th down, the situation is this: the ball at the 27-yard line of Radnor. Lower Merion with the ball. They trail 27-7, trying to capitalize on a bad snap on a punt, and then a big loss by Lower Merion on the first play. But now, quick pass, intercepted right out of midair by number 42, Pete Mahoric.
Unbelievable! He threw that ball right into a cluster of players, and the red jersey came up with it.
Well, either way, it was going to go to Radnor on downs, but Mahoric just made it exciting by coming up and gathering it in. And I'll tell you, Lower Merion is fortunate that he didn't get ahead of steam up because if they don't touch him, he's gone.
Right. There was nobody downfield to stop him if he did get away from that pile.
So, the Raiders take over on the interception, and they will have it with 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to go in this 4th quarter. They have the first down at their own 31-yard line. Brigg under center. He's rolling to the right. He's looking. He's thinking about throwing. He's got a man wide open downfield. He's got him. It's a foot race to the end zone, and Radnor scores! Wade Robinson on the reception. 69 yards, and you can stick a fork in them. They're done.
I hear the fat lady warming up in the background there.
Radnor takes a 33-7 lead, and you can see Robinson get behind the last defender. It was just a matter if he could run under the ball and break through it perfectly.
I'll tell you, that was a perfect pass by Peter Brigg because Wayne didn't have to break stride at all. When he caught that ball, as you can see there, he was able to take off and outrun the LM defender there. Great
try
pass.
For the extra point. Bad snap, the kick up. Let's see if he's got it. He's got it. Nice job by Brigg to hold the snap. And the kick is put through by Frankie Grabowski. And it's 34-7 with 7:28 to go in the 4th quarter. And the Radnor faithful are thrilled. Last year is forgotten, folks.
Oh, that's right. And you know what? I can tell you what will happen at the banquet this year. They'll have the first games as preseason, and this will be the season. And they'll show this game as the big victory for the year.
And for you kids at Radnor High School, enjoy your half day. I mean, I hate to really jinx anything, but I don't think they're going to score 4 touchdowns with 7:28 to go in regulation. And if I do, you don't know where I live anyway, so what's the difference?
Well, if they do, my heart won't take it. My heart won't take it.
It may be gray and cloudy and wet outside, but the sun is shining for the Raider faithful. Oh, baby, what a play that was.
Well, this is the final game of the season. It's always nice to go out with a win, and especially when it's a big game like this. So.
And you think that they might put some fresh faces in them when they get the ball back on offense if they hold Lower Merion? You got to think they'll have some kids out there who haven't had a chance to play much.
We'll be able to tell if there's some fresh jerseys in there. In fact, there's some in there right now for Lower Merion, 36-42.
Kick that ground ball again. It'll be taken down at around the 17-yard line. Carried out over the 20 to the 25 to the 30, and about the 32-yard line goes Ken Durrell. And Lower Merion now trailing 34-7 with 7:22 to go in the fourth quarter, and they have no choice but to air it out now.
Exactly right. They have to fill the air with footballs, as they say, and hey, a lot of things can happen on a pass, and most of them are bad. So let's see what if Radnor can capitalize.
There are 4 things that can happen on a pass, and 3 of them are bad.
Exactly right.
Vance leads him out. Backs are in the eye. Vance back to pass. Rolling to the right, pumps. Now he throws. Intercepted by Radnor. Intercepted by Radnor. That's Tetrick with the interception. And a big smile on J.P. Smink's face.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, we just said 3 bad things could happen, and that's one of them right there.
That's the number one.
That's exactly right.
At the 30-yard line, actually the 33-yard, about the 40-yard line, I beg your pardon. Oh, man, let's keep it here for a few minutes here yet. Catch our breath, but the Radnor faithful just can't believe what's going on here. It has been total domination by the Raiders.
After that first period, it's been unbelievable.
Now the handoff goes, and carrying the ball for short yardage, I think that's McMenamin, Corey McMenamin. He'll get it down to a 35. It says short yardage is about 5 yards. Now McMenamin's hot about something, and smartly, very, very smartly, Steve Elliott grabbed him before he got an unnecessary penalty. And now the officials want to take a quick timeout. We're going to take one too right here and catch our breath. We'll be right back. And we are back as the timeout was brief. But the euphoria is throughout this crowd. The crowd is very happy, and the handoff goes, and carrying is Tetrick inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. Oh my, this is just a back-breaking situation for Lower Merion. The wind is completely out of their sails. See them standing just sort of hands on hips looking down. Radnor comes to the line of scrimmage with a jump to their step. They've got the 27-point lead and the ball, and they are 24 yards away from adding yet another score. The score at this point is not important. They want to melt this last 6.5 minutes down as fast as they can and then go celebrate. Backs are in the eye behind Brigg. Up, handoff goes to the up man, Tetrick. Almost maintained his footing. Gets about 3, but I'll tell you what, he
got 3 more than he
should
have had, Bob. He worked
and he
for
almost
that.
got 24.
He kept his balance by putting his hand on the ground, but his knee didn't hit until he had got that 3 yards.
So the gain is 3. Call it a 3-yard gain, make it second down, actually closer to 4. We'll call it a 2nd and 6. Under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Radnor comfortably out in front, 34-7. Backs are in the eye. Brigg, handoff. Young, not going to have much, going to lose a yard or 2, but that's inconsequential. Another 30 seconds will tick off the clock. Make it 3rd down. He actually loses about 2 on the play. Make it 1. Make it 3rd down and 7. Well, I'm getting gamey myself here. 3rd and 7. And I seriously doubt they're going to put the ball in the air. But you never know.
Oh, that clock is ticking. It's beautiful.
Backs in the eye. Got a wing to the right. Handoff underneath, carrying the ball is Corey McMenamin. He'll get it back to about a 4th and about 3. And the clock continues to move now inside 5 minutes to go.
We ask your cooperation
So on 4th down,
remaining in the game, the spectators remain behind
the fans are extremely excited about this. Obviously, it's been a big game, and it started off on a real down note with that interception. You're wondering, oh man, is this going to be this way today? Radnor took the game by the throat in the second quarter and hasn't looked back since. Backs in the eye on 4th down. Going to be a simple quarterback sneak. He'll be caught shy of the 1st down, and Lower Merion will take over on downs at their own 17-yard line. But that again is inconsequential as the clock will continue to move down once the ball is placed. And the Aces will have the ball. Vance will come in once again at quarterback.
Looks like some of the fans have chalked this up for a victory already and they're leaving, but
yeah. Single setback. And not liking what he sees is Vance, so he's going to take a timeout. And we're going to take a timeout right now. Let's take a break and we will be right back. Don't go away.
I'm here every week talking to people about sex. My message is simple. If you're gonna have sex, a latex condom used consistently and correctly can help prevent the spread of HIV and other STDs. People out there gotta understand. That's why I'll go anywhere to talk about latex condoms. Even into your living room.
Back at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania. You see the score right there. It has been all Raiders the entire game. Bob Friedman along with J.P. Smink. I can't say the entire game. First quarter was Lower Merion's, but the second quarter, it was all Radnor, and it's been all red and white ever since. On 1st down, after the timeout, Vance with the single setback. Slot to the left side. Long count. Back to pass. Now he's under a rush. Tries to avoid it. Goes to the left. Going to have a holding penalty. Oh, and he's blasted.
Radnor will decline this then, I believe.
Absolutely. I think that was Pete Hahn once again. Pete's had a good game, too. Well, the flag will be for a hold or a clip in the backfield, but I think they'll definitely take the play as it was a big loss. No, then again, they might take the play because it was way in the backfield, and it would take them down inside the 5-yard line.
Oh, you're right. It would be half.
Yeah, they're going to march it off. They're going to take the penalty. The downs are inconsequential now because the penalty, the spot, you see they're standing at around the 11-yard line.
Yeah,
it'll take it down to the 6,
back.
But they'll decline it. They'll take the play. So that tells you how much I know. Clock continues to move now inside 4 minutes. Feel like we're at New Year's Eve right now. Backs are in the eye. Vance with the pitch. Now they're going to try the pass. Long pass, nicely thrown, intercepted again by Radnor. Carrying the ball downfield, shifting hands nicely. Got one man, and he's finally collared down.
Oh, we got a flag down too.
And Amir Bynum.
More flags.
And that'll tack on another 15 to it.
There's a flag way on the other side that might have been holding.
Let's see what we got. We have 2 flags on the field.
But it was after Radnor had made the interception, so Radnor should keep the ball.
I think we may have a mask against Radnor after the interception. And I think down here we're going to have personal foul. Now,
well, the one here was definitely against Lower Merion, right?
Yeah, you got to think so. But the official on the far side, the side judge on the far side, was pointing back at the Radnor side. Now, the question is, did this occur before or after the interception? Because if it occurred before the interception, the penalty flag down here will not count. They're discussing this, they're kind of ignoring the other official. Now they're going to go over and talk to him. He's definitely pointing at the Radnor side. And they're going to discuss this.
Holding against Radnor over there.
Now, is it holding on the return or is it holding during the play? That's the question.
It's from that line.
It's from the return. So it'll take it back at that point.
The main thing is Radnor keeps the ball.
But if that happened after the interception, you still have the penalty against, let's see, we have unsportsmanlike conduct on Lower Merion. Now they walk that one off. Now they'll walk the other one back. So they take the 10 off, but they put 15 back on. And what it results in is that Radnor's got the ball either way, and it's at the 43, 42-yard line of Lower Merion. 3 minutes.
You don't want to see this game get out of hand, but I can understand the frustration of the Lower Merion players.
Oh, they had 2 unsportsmanlike conducts. That's why all the flags went down. So now it takes it down inside the 30 to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, I hate to see that. I think Radnor has, determined the game. They're the winner, and they won it fair and square, I think. And I hate to see this type of thing happen towards the end here.
Frankie Grabuski is coming to the game at quarterback for Radnor. And a whole fresh backfield, it looks like.
Yeah, Frankie's just a 9th grader, so this is something for him to be
Nick
playing
Alicio's in the game. Boy, this is a thrill. This is a thrill. He gets to play in the Lower Merion game his freshman year.
Nick Alicio had about 165 yards or something like that in the first game against Jenkintown. A really nice game.
Well, you're looking at the future of Radnor High School. Alicio, the junior running back. A freshman quarterback in Frankie Grabuski. And for Pete Brigg, he finishes his career on a big note. Great game. Bobby Young, same thing. Tremendous game.
Well, the referee is explaining it to the Lower Merion coach.
He may have thrown somebody out of the game, too. Now they're going to walk back.
Now they've lost me. I thought I was up on
I have no idea. It doesn't matter. It's at the 32-yard line. Now I think we're finally ready to go. Looks like David Brigg is also in at running back. So there's still a Brigg in the backfield. And it is David who will carry the ball. And the clock will now run and will go under 3 minutes by the time the next play is ready to go. Short game on the gain on the carry. It'll make it 2nd down and still call 10. Under 3 minutes now to go in this 4th quarter. Radnor will come away with this win, and a big win it is. Grabuski. He'll hand the ball up to Alicio, and Alicio is buried at the line of scrimmage. Again, the clock will continue to run. By the time we get it off, should be right about 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
I think you have to chalk this win up a lot to the Radnor defense for shutting the Lower
They
Merion
shut them down completely, absolutely. And you have to give a lot of, you don't give a lot of credit sometimes to the front line. You forget about them. Mark Diubaldo, Steve Elliott, Jason Risk, Jim Anderson, Paul Esposito, all of them doing such a great job.
Right, and then on the offensive side, Peter Brigg did a great job, and some of the receivers made some nice catches, and then, of course, Bobby Young was the outstanding runner of the game.
Got to be the player of the game. Handoff goes to Alicio. He's stacked up, but we are inside 2 minutes to go now, and on 4th down, they'll run the ball again. And by that time, we will be under 1 minute to go in this ball game as we wind down the 101st renewal of this great rivalry.
But I think the Radnor students here got to thank every Radnor player that got in this game because they all contributed, and it was a great
It was a team effort. It was a total team effort from top to bottom. When you dominate a team like this, everybody's done their job, and they've done it well. Again, no offensive touchdown scored by Lower Merion. None. The only score on a defensive play. Clock ticking, 1:05 to go in the 4th quarter. Not in any hurry. Grabowski, he'll take the snap. He'll pitch it to Alicio, trying to get it around the end. He turns the corner, and he will be knocked down. And the clock will continue to move, but now it'll be stopped for the change of possession. But we are under a minute to go in the fourth quarter. 51 seconds before the Radnor fans can officially celebrate.
Yeah, you know, that when Lower Merion made that first score, you know, Radnor could have got down on themselves. But they didn't. They came back, and then remember we had that momentum change, and it never gave it back to them.
The three turnovers, boom, 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 really, really changed the course of this game.
Exactly
right. And the
right.
fact that they cashed in on all three, the play at the end of the half was a backbreaker. They had the score. They had it taken back for a penalty. They were penalized again all the way back to the 35. Throw a Hail Mary at the end of the half, and it's caught for a touchdown, and that just killed Lower Merion.
After those two holding calls, which pinned them back.
Single setback now. Looking to pass. Got a man. He'll carry it for some yardage, but again, the clock will continue to tick. 40 seconds to go in regulation. As we go down, we're under 30 seconds to go in regulation, or in the game, if you will. There'll be no overtime today. Lower Merion comes, lines up, single setback passing formation, strong to the right side. Long pass down the left side, got a man. Oh, is it intercepted? No, the ball falls incomplete. Nice close on the play. Is that our man still in there? Is that Bobby Young still in that game, or is that 24?
24.
24. That was J.T. McGuire, closed from his safety spot, did a nice job of closing on the ball.
He definitely had a shot at that ball.
8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. The fans ringing the field. They want to congratulate their team on a big victory. It should be or could be the last play of this game. Third down, 4 yards to go. Long count. Back to pass. Throwing the ball, it's complete. Now break it upfield, but the clock will expire. That's it. That's it. They went on the field, jump on the goalpost.
Well, the field announcer says stay off the field, but you know you're not going to keep the kids off the field.
They're trying to bring the goalpost down. And the fans on the field, the players congratulating each other. A big victory for Radnor High School as they have defeated Lower Merion by a resounding 34-7 score here at Prevost Field in Radnor, Pennsylvania. I'll tell you what, JP, it was a tremendous game once Radnor really took a hold of it. It started out, they went back, they went forth. Neither team got a first down in the first quarter. And then Brigg went back to pass, threw one that he probably would definitely like to have back, lofted it a little too much, and Deshaun Goddard made a great play breaking from his safety spot, picked off the ball, and took it 40 yards into the end zone. And you're right, at that point, that was a game shaper because how Radnor responded to that was very important. Now, they didn't do anything on the next possession. But after that, Lower Merion gets the ball, they take it down to the 35-yard line of Radnor, fumble the ball away, and from there, it was all Raiders.
Right, during that, towards the end of the first period, I said, boy, this is going to be a boring game. Nobody's doing anything. And then it just turned around.
And at that point, they scored, they drove it 65 yards. It was McMenamin with a 13-yard pass from Brigg, Keith McMenamin, on a great pass where he came back. They dropped it short for him. He got in there, caught the ball for the touchdown. The kick was good, and it was 7-7. And then on the very next possession, deep in their own territory, again, Lower Merion puts the ball on the ground at the 15-yard line. First play, a delay handoff to Young in the backfield, and oh baby, he could have driven a truck through that hole.
This was the Radnor players. You can see them on your monitor there. They're pretty happy down in that end zone. The coach is going to talk to them, and I can tell you exactly what he's going to say. The hard work paid off.
Absolutely. As they went on, they took a 13-7 lead, and then the backbreaker at the end of the half. For all the world, again, after the fumble, it appeared that Radnor was going to score. They had the ball. A great pass for a touchdown, called back because of a holding penalty, and then yet another holding penalty with 1 second to go in the half. Gives them a 3rd and 10 at the 35-yard line. They throw the long pass, and the completion was made in the end zone on a great catch. And at that point, even though it was only 19-7 at the half, you had to think Lower Merion was pretty much cooked.
Right. That touchdown killed them.
In the third quarter, Lower Merion came out, couldn't move the ball, and again, great offense by Radnor, getting the ball, taking it in the end zone. On a lot of short, the good goal line stand by Lower Merion, but on 4th and goal, they took it wide, they took it into the end zone, and then the big pass play that just busted everything wide open. The long pass play downfield, 66 yards after a turnover on downs, and that was it. So we'll see what happens. They're going to have the Radnor Lower Merion Trophy presentation. You see a couple of three happy players, one of whom, of course, is Pete Brigg. You wonder if it's he who's going to win the trophy. Of course, that's the winner goes to spoils. And there they are. They're holding the trophy up in victory. And boy, I'll tell you, it's got to feel great after last year's frustration to come back and just dominate this game the way they did. A super job by the Radnor Raiders.
Yeah, they'll keep this trophy in their trophy case until next year when they play, and then they'll play for it again.
As they will, and we'll have the 102nd renewal of the rivalry. So we have come to the end of a great game, a game that saw Radnor come out and snatch this game away early in the second quarter. JP, a great job. Enjoyed working with you. Your final thoughts?
Well, it's a great way to end the season. I mean, football's a fun game, and it's a lot of fun if you win. So it's a great victory for Radnor, and I give them credit.
And we thank all the crew who did such a great job with the camera work, everybody in the booth and on the field doing a job under less than perfect conditions. For my partner, J.P. Smink, I'm Bob Friedman. You Radnor students, enjoy your half day off. The football team's earned it for you. And for everybody, thanks for joining us. Final score, Radnor 34, Lower Merion 7. See you at the game, everybody. Good night.
Here at the New Jersey State Aquarium, I'm Diane Allen. This is a great place to visit this summer, and everybody here is waiting for you.
Hi, I'm a harbor seal. Come see us.
You can feel the excitement. They're getting the place ship-shape, and everyone's on their best behavior.
The sharks are. You can even pet some of us.
So come see the New Jersey State Aquarium right on the Camden waterfront.
I'm a scorpion fish. Can you see me?
You can see them all, any day of the week, all summer long. They're waiting for you.
As host of a great party, you want to make sure your friends have a real good time. But you also want to make sure they get home safely. That's why Beer Drinkers of America reminds you to party smart. As the party winds down, a smart host closes the bar, offers his friends non-alcoholic beverages, and serves a fresh round of snacks. A smart host also keeps his eye on his guests and doesn't let anyone attempt to drive home who shouldn't. Be smart. Make yours a party everyone will remember.